Well, forget an October surprise before the election. Our America's about to get an ObamaCare surprise right after it. A new study showing the average price for the cheapest ObamaCare plan will jump 14% next year, with some policies spiking as high as 64%. Now, Carrie, you've already had a little experience with this. Share it with us.
Well, unfortunately, I have, and I've got my letter right here. So my plan on the exchange was supposed to jack up by 18.4%. I have dropped out of the plan. I am going to get a different plan because this is ridiculous. It's horrible for contractors, for small business owners. And when I moved to the exchange, President Obama lied to me. I mean, he said you could keep your doctor. I did not get to keep my doctor, period.
Well, Rick, we're calling this a surprise after the election, but a lot of the information, because of folks like Carrie's coming out before the election.
Well, you know, the article that this was based on was interesting. I read it with great interest because if you look at what the Kaiser Family Foundation, which I think is generally regarded as a fair and balanced group, they had come out with a very different result using the same cities. In fact, they suggested it would actually go down a teeny bit. So here's what I discovered, and I'll leave it to all of you to decide for yourself. It's in the methodology. If you think that your salary is going to go up next year based on inflation, then what the article says could be true.
All right. Well, Mike,
if you think it's going to stay even, then you're not going to.
Mike, the fact is, Carrie begs to differ. She's got experience. There are a lot of people with street cred on this issue, are there not?
Yeah, and David, the numbers have come in for the first half of 2014, and what we're seeing from Obamacare is really, ultimately, it's about shared misery, except perhaps the very wealthy. 71% of the new enrollees in Obamacare have been put on to Medicaid, right? And that's supposed to be for the poor.
All right, Sabrina, you've got another example. Quickly.
I do. I have my letter here because it doesn't say, like Carrie said, exactly how much it's going to go up, but I like my insurance. They're very clear. They say that the Affordable Care Act requires that they cover all sorts of things that I currently don't have covered. So I expect on Monday or Tuesday or the next week, I'm going to get the letter that Carrie did that says that my premiums will go up. Unfortunately, I have a health savings account. I was really happy with it. Family of 5 is affordable. I'm sure it won't be.
Okay, and Rich, the fact is that the deductibles are going up, too. The bronze plan is going up $5,081. At the deductible. That's a huge increase.
You know, none of this should surprise anyone. We predicted this on the show for months and months. When you increase demand without providing any incentive for the supply of new innovative health care that could drive down costs as innovation drives down the costs in practically every other field, then it's inevitable that prices are going to go up.
Supply and demand, you can't avoid it. Don't fool Mother Nature. Coming up, more investors